bro. Don't forget, it ain't the first 48, bro. It's 60 minutes, bro.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
This is the life, y'all, of a superstar. Fly extensions.
The Hayes in the barn.
Gotta get the cash, yo, and it's live or die.
Touchdown, Ravens.
The limit is the sky.
Hit him.
You're now locked in this Zone 32.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. I'm alive again for now, and I'm joined in a room filled with people. The whole crew is here. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Will. His name is Grant. And officially, the newest, but a person y'all already knew, the official Zone 32 member. His name is Trippy. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's going on?
Shut the fuck up. It's time to get into the episode, baby. I had to wait for it. I had to wait. Bro, week 4 just happened. The Ravens played the Browns, who at the time had the quote-unquote best defense in the NFL statistically. And Mr. Happy Ending was not present other than being on the sideline. So he was bothering some of the trainers. The Browns probably giving him some hand jobs or some shit because he's a fucking creep. But that's neither here nor there. Regardless, the Ravens went ahead and beat up on the Browns and Dorian Thompson-Robinson 28-3. So, because I rudely interrupted this man as he was trying to be a man of the people, Trippy, I'm going to start with you this week. Give me your thoughts on the game, man. Holla.
It was a great game. I mean, we beat the shit out of the Browns. That number one defense they was talking about for 3 weeks, that shit was a joke. And I mean, I'm on to the Steelers now.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a beatdown from beginning to end. I bitched about this on the PSF live stream that we did earlier, but like Browns really shouldn't have scored at all. They didn't call that phantom DPI on Brandon Stevens. Not a catchable ball, so it's not a defensive pass interference. And that's not a spot foul. So, you know, that should not have been called the way it was. That really should have been a 28-0 game. I mean, just kick the fuck out of, you know, the best defense in the league offensively. Defense looked great. Again, Kyle Hamilton with a pick, and we were in the backfield all day. Jadeveon Clowney is a fucking nightmare for opposing offense to deal with. Just looked good top to bottom. Like, no complaints. Even our corners looked good. Brandon Stevens got a pick. Oh, yeah, that's another complaint I have. Brandon Stevens is a running back and couldn't finish off that pick six. That was kind of frustrating. But he
made a lot out of that, though.
He did make a lot out of that, but, you know, if you're a former running back turned into a defensive back, I would like to see you punch that one in just for
to the house.
Yeah, to the house. Better than Sauce Gardner, for the record, statistically speaking. I know that's going to trigger Grant, but just, you know, just speaking clearly in facts here, he's got the most snaps in man coverage without giving up a touchdown this year. So kind of got to respect that guy. He's looked very good. I have nothing negative to say about this game. I mean, we can get into, you know, maybe we want some like micro adjustments on offense here and there. We'd like to see him, you know, take more deep shots and things like that. But the reality is it's just we kicked the fuck out of a divisional team on the road. And yeah, they had a backup quarterback, but we also kicked the fuck out of Deshaun Watson regularly too. So I think that maybe that's not an embarrassing game for, you know, 3 quarters like it was. If Deshaun Watson plays, maybe he keeps him in it for a half, but you know, we kicked the fuck out of them on both sides of the ball. Great team win, and on to Pittsburgh, like Trippy said.
Yeah, I mean,
simple.
When you look at like how we played that game, I mean, you know, the offensive stuff that we talked about before, like PSF, you know, like I want to see him get the ball more vertical down the field, but it's also a game where, you know, it was the number one defense coming into the league. Everybody's hooting and raving about. Forgot what their rushing numbers was, but I think it was like somewhere around average, like 40 a game or something. Is what I saw.
I think it was less than that. I think it was crazy.
I'm pretty sure Lamar in 2 carries broke their season average.
Yeah,
like his first 2 carries of the game.
So here's like what do you show in that game? Okay, like you're dominating them at the point of attack. You know, offensive line played great, I thought. Macari had moments, but he was going against the freaking nature that's Myles Garrett. So you know what? You're going to have, unless you're like a Trent Williams or Ronnie Stanley when he's in the game, like it's going to be hard to pretty much neutralize Myles Garrett, who is arguably probably the best defender in all of football right now.
Yeah, other than like TJ Watt, I don't really know who else you could argue is better than Myles Garrett. So
no, Micah Parsons maybe. Like as far as
Micah Parsons is a locker room problem, so I don't know if you put him
he's
up in
your
that.
favorite. But no, I
Yeah,
mean, so what do you like? You're playing them for the first time. Deshaun Watson's not playing. You're controlling the game. I can get the sense where like I want them to push the ball vertical, but I also get the sense where do you want to show too much? It's a divisional opponent. You know, you're controlling the game as is with just read motions and things like that. So, you know, do you want to open it up? And we
once you get up 14-3 in that game, the Browns hadn't put together a sustained offensive drive. Like you said, do you really want to? You could use that maybe to test some shit out, but also you don't want to put things on tape. So it's that weird balance of like, don't show your hand too much and just kind of, you know, you're winning big on the road, just finish the game off and don't get anybody hurt.
And I think it's time for Zay Flowers. Like, I mean, you can already tell that they have a lot of confidence in him because they've gotten the ball to him a lot the first couple of weeks, but it's the situations and the scheming that they're doing to get him the ball. It's time they open it up with him. Like moving forward, he can be a dude and he's showing that he can eat the chunks, take the hits, the targets, all that stuff. So like, I get what you're doing, trying to maybe ease him in, but his target share and his catch, you know, his playmaking ability, just moving with the ball, out the ball, down the field, his routes, he's open every time that you snap the fucking football. Like you can't, the corners have talked about it all training camp. You have to hold him to guard him. So like open it up with him, make him a dude.
I have an announcement real quick. I have an announcement. I want it on the record. I just live bet Bryce Harper for an extra base hit at plus 1100. So he's leading off this next inning. So I'll update you on the status of that bet. He's 0 for 3 going into that bet.
Kyle Schwarber is the guy that you got to live bet on the Phillies. That's the dude right there.
When Bryce Harper's 0 for 3, you got to bet him to break that.
Was it still 1-0?
No, it's 3-1.
Okay. We signed on to PSF when it was 1-0, but yeah. Dave Dombrowski's the best GM in baseball by a country mile. But
all right. Sorry for interrupting. I wanted it on the record so I can look smart when I win this bet.
So, like Grant was saying, you want to see them open up the offense more for Zay Flowers, and I agree with you.
Fuck, he got a single.
Yep, there you go. Don't live bet on the podcast. This is karma. This is karma for you, Will. But no, in all honesty, like Zay Flowers is so good underneath and so good at the quick routes and so good at the jet sweeps and shit like that I feel like he's almost like they're just such easy plays to take that they're almost not like gambling with him and not going for the harder stuff. I don't think that it's a easing him in thing. I think it's just like it hasn't been broken, so why try to fix it now? But there is going to become a point where you need to start hitting him down the field because he's going to be open. You can't guard him. And especially if you see Odell and Bateman start to, you know, be healthy in practice and come back, like that just adds a whole nother wrinkle to your offense that we need. So I would love to see Zay Flowers get some more deep shots. He's had a couple so far, but I want like a, 80-yard post route that he breaks open and runs away from the safeties.
I think he's caught was it 3 of 5 or 4 of 5 or something deep balls?
Yeah, and one of the ones that he didn't catch was kind of like Lamar was getting pressured and he sort of just, chucked it up down there and saw if Zay could run underneath it. And it was probably, 4 or 5 yards over his head. It wasn't like a horrific throw by any stretch of the imagination, but Lamar was under duress. So I don't even know. You can't really blame Zay for not catching that, I guess.
That fucking dime he threw to Mark Andrews, though. That shit.
No, the one that he threw to fucking Melvin Gordon. The one to Melvin Gordon. Yeah, down the sideline to Melvin Gordon.
No, what was the one in the middle of the field? There was another one to Andrews in the middle of the field, and he dropped down and threw it around the linebacker.
Yeah, and then he had the one down the sideline to Melvin Gordon that was just like, you can't place a ball any better than that. And, shout out Melvin Gordon holding on to the ball. That was
he's really I'm telling you what, he's looked good. Like I'm happy with him.
He's been what we needed. Yeah, he's been what we needed.
He needs more opportunities because
I feel like his opportunities
with a different energy right now.
But he's also playing with that energy of like, you give me the ball and I'm going to do the most of it. And if you don't give me the ball, it is what it is. Like he's not going to get mad for carries. So I like that attitude that he's got now. And I think that you're going to see. I think he's the guy that gets phased out when Keaton Mitchell comes back. But still a good guy to have there. No complaints with Melvin Gordon. Yeah, Mark Andrews having a breakout game. He was pretty. I don't want to say bad weeks 2 and 3, but he was not the Mark Andrews of old, and that was kind of a Mark Andrews. Yeah, I'm still here game.
Yeah. And you want to talk about a good throw? That throw in the back corner of the end zone was, I think they said that was like the second lowest completion probability of Lamar's career. Just the perfect placement on that.
But it was one of those ones too that he's like, I'm throwing it to my guy Mark Andrews, and I have faith in him to go up and make that play. And then Mark Andrews went up and made that play.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it was
at one
just-
point, remember at one point when it was live, he was like, I guess they just got that chemistry. Because remember at one point, I'm like, he already open. He should have been through it, but they got that chemistry with as though he threw it up with as though nobody but Mark can catch it. But yeah, Lamar threw some dimes out there Sunday.
And Nelson almost had a nice touchdown catch too. Didn't get the second foot down. It was pretty good coverage by Newsome, but he did haul the ball in. So,
yep. Hey, by the way, I did live bet Schwarber for extra base hit.
There you go. That one's going to hit because I told you to do it. Waltham legend Kyle Schwarber.
No, I'm happy with Nelson Aguilar. I had my things to say, but initially because there was other receivers.
But you had your things to say initially because you thought that was going to be the move. And it wasn't the move. Yeah. They got Odell and Zay too. So
and Drew and I were adamant it was not the move.
Well,
I said it at the time.
In my defense, I didn't think there was any way we were going to pull off Odell, and B thought there was no chance in hell Zay was falling to us.
Right. So you had the reaction. You had the reactionary take that was going to be the only move, and I agreed with you that if that was the only move, it sucked. But
I think I agree with that too, but I just was I was positive. And to be clear, I was positive it wasn't the only move, and I had reason to believe that because of conversations I had
with people. Yeah. Same for me. Will and I are cursed with knowledge that other people don't have, so I totally understand, why you flew up.
And it's multiple people that told me that there was definitely a plan. So Nelson Aguilar was not the plan, but Nelson Aguilar has been proven to be a very valuable piece.
Probably our best value signing right now, I would say.
No, it's Clowney. It's Clowney. It's not even close.
Yeah, you're right. I love Clowney.
And that's
Clowney
no
on defense.
Yeah, that's no disrespect to Aguilar, but you got Clowney for $2.5 million guaranteed. Like that, you're not going to get a better signing than that.
Is there anybody that we signed like
Van Noy balled out?
Well, and like Darby's been good. Rock Ya-Sin's been good. This past week, Mollett made a play this past week. Like every guy that we picked up is just like contributing, and none of them are expected to be contributing at outside of Clowney. I think none of them are expected to be major contributors, but they're doing exactly what we signed them to do. So
I'm not even on him, right? We have to re-sign Clowney.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
and again, if the guy who told me this has been right all offseason, so I'm not going to doubt him. But he said that we lowballed Clowney, like that he got offered more money from other teams, and the reason why Clowney came here is that he wanted to play in Baltimore and wanted to play with Mike McDonald and wanted to play in that system. And so if he's a guy that wants to be here, I'm sure he deserves his money, and that's fine. But I'm sure that he's a guy that'll give you a break on structure. Or give you a break on guarantees because he seems like he wants to be here. Seems like he loves it here.
Well, and he's at the point in his career where he wants to win.
And the 24 is growing on me too. It's a weird number for a pass rusher. It's a weird number for a pass rusher, but I like it. That's why
I like him at 90, but that's taken. Maybe might be.
Look at you. Look at.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this, Grant.
I know exactly what Grant going with.
Amid Gardner, commits a backbreaking penalty, and we're gonna, beat the fuck out of George Pickens this week. So you got to take your shots while you can. I get it.
I mean, I hope we beat the fuck out of him this week because we play him, so I don't want him to do well.
We signed the secret weapon to take out.
You can't say
George
that. He
Pickens.
got beat up last time it happened.
But he got him kicked out of the game.
He got him out of the game.
He did.
He gets in his head.
That's gamesmanship. There's levels to this, chess, not checkers.
That's what I said, chess, not checkers, because they knew exactly what they were doing.
I don't know. He doesn't have to be active for game day. Just fucking put him on the sideline.
Did you see that, Trippy? The dude that we signed today is the guy that he played for Georgia Tech, and him and George Pickens got in a fight in the end zone, like straight up like fight in a game. And it was.
I remember the fight in college, but I didn't know we signed him though.
Yeah, we signed that guy to the practice squad today. Yeah, so I think we put him on the sidelines for the game and just have him talk shit to Pickens the entire time.
So I was like, chess, not checkers, because we signed him to talk shit. He might fight him again, but hopefully.
You know what else we should do? We should have that photographer whose camera he broke, have him come and give him a special pass to be on the sideline and take pictures.
Yep. I'm all for the mental warfare. Again, I think we need to find somebody in Pittsburgh to have a nice trippy poster, maybe a t-shirt too, to hold up to fuck with Najee Harris. So
I was gonna say, you have somebody put a poster up of Trippy holding a flag with Najee Harris and like a bobblehead on the flag.
Yeah,
we gotta find somebody to do that.
Yeah, well, all right. We're gonna do some guerrilla marketing tactics here. We'll find somebody going and hook them up, make sure that we can make this work. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to say about the Browns game though. Like it was just a beat down top to bottom in like a good way. There's times where we've come on here after, right? Exactly. You walked into Cleveland and kicked the fuck out of them at home. Everybody looked great. I mean, Patrick Queen fucking murdered DTR.
Oh,
that was a fucking great play.
That sack. You want to talk about? This is what we've been talking about for years with Ravens pass rushers, Ravens defenders in general, not finishing hits on the quarterback. That was
he finished.
He discarded the offensive lineman, just threw him, just cast him aside like a toddler. And the way he finished that fucking sack, my God.
Well, his closing speed is just nuts.
Yeah.
Patrick Queen's closing speed is crazy.
Yeah.
And Clowney had 8 pressures I read or something like that. And Clowney had 5 or 6 plays where like if he didn't get bumped off his route a little bit, like DTR would be dead. Like in the hospital. Like he was just
a lot. He's too athletic sometimes. Like he overruns his pursuit a lot. When
it's almost a lot of guys. If you look at a lot of the tackles that he lines up with, they're smart. Where they, they almost let him like get the first step, and then they know they're better off just bumping him off his route rather than trying to stop him because they're not going to be able to stop him.
They'll widen their splits too.
You guys see the clip from the Chiefs game where that defensive back came screaming in at Mahomes, and Mahomes just like sidestepped him, and he just like
that was DJ Reed
went straight through
right.
he flashed through the screen and was just gone, like he just like disappeared.
So somebody tweeted
like a glitch.
That somebody tweeted that DJ Reed was one step to the right away from altering NFL history, and then DJ Reed quote tweeted him with like, "Man, I'm not trying to pay all those fines or whatever his response was, but he's right. Like he would have fucking killed Mahomes.
He would have
killed Mahomes.
Yeah, he would
have probably fucking arrested him on the field. He and all those fucking Taylor Swift fans and shit.
Yeah.
Listen up. We better not be fucking bad mouthing Taylor on this podcast.
I'm just saying they would have fucking arrested him.
Well,
we're bad mouthing NFL media.
While we're talking about just like anybody who listens to this podcast, I know we don't have a gigantic audience, but we have a decent amount of people who listen every week. Every single person who listens to this podcast should be tuning in when we're live streaming games. I'm telling you right now.
Fun time.
Yeah. It's on your phone or your iPad, and it's just a second screen. Trippy was on with me and Drew for three and a half straight hours on Sunday. It's fun. So I mean,
I got a live check-in from the stadium. We had a couple guests stop by. Like it was a good time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of drinking. My son makes a couple appearances here and there.
Yep.
Fun for everybody.
Big Dog Dad's dad came on for a quick second. It was. I mean, it's fun. So anybody who's listening to this who hasn't done it yet, make sure you download the PSF app, sign up, and just come to the Ravens chat.
Maybe Grant will join us one time when he's like a live on a Sunday.
Yeah. My issue is we do film and like lifting and stuff on Sunday morning, so I usually don't get done till like 2, but I'm watching it on my phone usually from like 1 to 2.
Hold on. What time?
So hold on.
What time? I need Trippy to say it. What time?
2.
What, 2?
There you go.
2.
Grant, what do you got? A 90-man college roster?
125, 27.
Okay, so that's 100. That's 125 people that should be tuned into our next.
Yeah, you got to get every single one, especially that girl. We got to
Yeah.
get that girl to log in, man. That would break the internet.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Have her.
Haley, she's cool, man. She's
Yeah,
awesome.
let's get her on the
She
stream,
works
man.
hard. She deserved it, man. It was cool.
Seriously, I would like to have her come on.
I mean, she knows how to close out a sack. She was a little behind on it, but she knows how to finish the play. So maybe she could teach Owe some things. That would be when he comes back. He's not the one that's on IR, Grant. Don't even say it. I'm not in the mood.
Keep my mouth shut. Ain't nobody doing nothing.
Don't do it. Just don't even think about it.
Well, this is definitely headed towards the next topic, right, Jake?
Yes, it is. From one division rival to the next. So it's that fateful week where I go full Tupac and say fuck Pittsburgh, fuck the Ronnie family, fuck Mike Tomlin, fuck I've had for that Manny.
Fuck George Pickens.
Fuck for Manny, bro.
The most.
Fuck George Pickens. Fuck Cameron Hayward. Fuck that little bitch T.J. Watt. I want to say another word, but
fuck Najee Harris.
I had to restrain myself.
Grant's
I
gonna
remind
wear
myself-
Grant's gonna wear a split jersey. He's gonna have a Pickens on one side and Zay on the other.
Well, the
So
four
Grant-
is gonna be Zay.
The four's
and then
going to be
one will
Raven, and then the one's going to be
Grant-
Steeler. That
Grant
way he has
ordered
a Pickens and Zay's jersey.
Grant ordered a Kyle
But anyway.
Anderson jersey and then put Pickens, put like a piece of paper on the back that says Pickens on the back for this week.
Yep, that's right. But anyway, yes, that is right. We are playing the Steelers this week. They may or may not be without Kenny Pickett, Mr. Tiny Hands. Apparently he's going to practice tomorrow. He's got a bone bruise, and they'll go from there. But since I didn't go to you first, I'm going to go to Mr. Drew. Drew, preview the game. Give me your thoughts. What could happen?
This is a great time to be playing the Steelers because they're in complete disarray. Offense looks like shit. Matt Canada is their version of Greg Roman. You know, Kenny
Matt
Pickett
Canada
is
for life.
Yeah,
For life.
big Matt
He's
Canada.
the Steelers offense coordinator for life.
I think
I'm a
he's a
big Matt
genius. He's an offensive genius.
I'm a big Matt Canada
That's right.
guy, but you know, Pickens is if we leave him with 15 yards of space, he'll maybe do something. But other than that, like he's really not been all that impressive. Other than when he commits OPIs and gets away with it. Their secondary looks awful. I mean, Patrick Peterson. We had the Steelers guys on PSF, and they said that Patrick Peterson looks his age. They don't let Joey Porter Jr. play, which is odd to me. Really, the only guy in their secondary that even like gives me a second thought is Minka Fitzpatrick, and he can only cover so much ground. So just throw away from him, and we're no problems there.
Yep.
TJ Watt always worries me. Again, I don't like hyping up Steelers players, but he's very good. Probably one of the best defensive players in the NFL, much like Myles Garrett. So, Myles Garrett kind of made himself known a couple times on Sunday and disrupted a couple drives. And I'm sure TJ Watt will do the same thing. But if you can kind of, limit what he does to you and, keep it to a sack here and there and maybe gets in Lamar's face a couple times, then, he's going to get his. It's kind of like you treat him like you treat Jordan, where, Jordan was going to get his 25 points and don't let him put up 50. So, don't let TJ Watt put up 5 sacks and force a couple fumbles, hold them to a sack or two and just call it a day. I feel like this is a big Zay Flowers game. Their secondary cannot tackle, and you give him the ball in space, I feel like he's going to cause a lot of problems. Mark Andrews again. And, Lamar has historically struggled with the Steelers, so I feel like this is a nice game for him to kind of have a coming out party. This is the first time that I've really, shoved it down the Steelers' throat. And again, Todd Monken is not Greg Roman. So, Todd Monken will be able to adjust to what Mike Tomlin throws at him. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a good win for us. And I think it's another game that on paper we should win with no problems. And so let's actually go out on the field and execute.
Yep. There's no reason we shouldn't win this game. Obviously, there's always the looming threat of a division slugfest.
Division slugfest on the road. Yeah. I mean, you got to give it those odds, whatever you want to call it. Throw the record book out.
It's possible that happens. Here's what I'll tell everybody. And last week I came on here and I told you Monday morning I woke up, I put a bet in. It was Ravens money line. It was a parlay. Ravens money line under 41.5. Ravens team total over 19.5. That cashed easy. It was plus 486. So I hope everybody tailed that. They weren't going to get the same value I did because they're not as smart as me. So they didn't put it in on Monday like I did. If you waited till Sunday, you got fucked because the Ravens were favored by the time Sunday morning rolled around.
First reported on Zone 32.
I told everybody that would be the case. I have a couple buddies. So before gambling was you could do it from your phone, I had a friend who I would put my bets in with. I tried to tell him, listen, man, I'm telling you right now, I have it on good authority. We're going to get starters back this week. The Ravens have plus 120 money line, and I did bet that separately, so I cashed both those bets. If you should be taking that value now, because that value will disappear the longer you wait. And by the time Friday rolled around, it had gone from Ravens plus 2.5 to Ravens plus 1.5, and then Sunday morning it was Ravens minus 2.5. So all the value was gone. I mean, you still could have made some money, but listen to me and Drew. We know what we're talking about. My bet this week that I woke up, this is by the numbers. The Ravens are winning by an average margin of victory of 14.7 points this year. The Steelers are losing by an average of more than 14 points. So I put a plus 260 bet on the Ravens to win by more than 14 points. So I know a lot of people get scared of a number like that. just by the numbers, it makes sense. So,
well, and plus, if you're putting money on something that's plus 260, like you're probably not putting a full unit on that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a big.
I put a full
but
unit.
I'm saying that, like, in order for you to get some kind of profit on it, if you're really worried that they're not going to win by 14, like, you don't have to put a full unit on that. And you're still going to get good payout. So
you can put you can put a half a unit on it easy and still clear over a unit. So I mean,
it's the no-brainer choice.
Right. And it's only Tuesday right now. So this should be out. I would think Max is pretty quick. It might be out by tomorrow afternoon. But if you're hearing this, go check it. Go check that number on FanDuel.
Well, and that number, that's a good one because that probably won't change a ton.
Probably not.
Those winning by when it's I think, what are we, like a 4-point favorite right now? I think 3-point favorite.
Yeah, it was 3.5, and honestly, there is even value in Ravens to win by between 1 and 13 points. It was like plus 130 or something like that. So
so I mean, you have, if the spread stays below a touchdown, like that minus that winning by 14 or more bet is still going to be probably plus 200. So even on game day, that's probably going to be a good value.
So I advise anyone who can get it to get it. And Trippy probably is like looking at it right now, putting the bet in.
Look.
Trippy putting together his parlay on the live stream was fucking wild.
Oh my God.
That was like a 17-leg parlay.
That is worth tuning in for. And it's not just that. This motherfucker has like 23 bets going at one time. He has so many parlays going. We got to witness him like having an altercation with his girlfriend because she had put in a stupid ass parlay where I guess she bet like the Cardinals to win or something like that. It's entertaining. So again, if you haven't done it yet, check it out. You will have.
So what you say the bet? What you say the bet was again for the Ravens to win by 14 or more?
Yeah, it's Ravens 14 plus.
And all right, no, because I'm looking at winning margins. I see Ravens 1-6. That's plus 300. Ravens 7-12. Yeah, I might have to check that out. But I definitely
So if you look at it, I was going to say, if you look at it's down. It's like alternate spread. I think it is.
Yeah,
what we'll put the money on. Because if you do the margin,
I got you.
Yeah, if you do the margin of victory,
it's winning margin 4-way. So it's winning margin 4-way. That's where I got it.
Yeah, because if you do the margin, they cap those, so it's like 7-12, 13-17, whatever numbers they use there. So you get better odds, but you also get kind of a smaller window to hit.
But I do got 2 locks guaranteed so far. I like the Ravens. This total over 20.5. That's definitely a lot.
Yep, I agree.
And let me see. I think the Ravens minus 2.5 first half spread.
I like it.
I like it too. I like that as a parlay. Can you parlay those?
Yeah, you can parlay. I mean, if you look on FanDuel right now, they actually got a 4-leg parlay put together already for. Hold on, I'm about to tell you now. Ravens first quarter winning 3-way, no push, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. I mean, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay.
All right, so I like my weekly bet, $5, Patrick Ricard anytime touchdown. It will hit eventually. Just has to.
Make sure you throw Zay on there too.
Yeah, and I like so obviously the player props aren't out yet because we're recording on Tuesday. I like Zay for 70 plus yards pretty easily. I would take anything with that. I would take Zay for an anytime touchdown scorer, and I would I think a Lamar anytime touchdown is basically a guarantee, and that's probably going to be minus money this week. But you parlay that with Zay Flowers and maybe like a Justice Hill touchdown. And I can see all three of those happening pretty easily. Yeah. Because we haven't heard, I guess maybe Keaton Mitchell comes back and might fuck with those numbers, but I don't think that he's going to play this week. I think it's probably next week you see him.
I agree. So, I don't think we see him this week, especially after Melvin Gordon last week being capable. Yeah.
So my three touchdown scores that I would parlay together would be Zay, Lamar, and Justice Hill. And then I would put the $5 on Ricard, who was plus 30. So it was funny. He was plus 3,100. And then I tweeted out that I put the money on it, and then he dropped to plus 2,100 almost immediately. So FanDuel is, tracking my activity here. They're seeing a lot of activity on Patrick Ricard anytime touchdown. So get that while it's hot.
I think another sleeper for a touchdown. Maybe like a Mark Andrews. I could see him probably scoring too.
Yeah. And 1 p.m. mark is built different. So 1 p.m. mark against an AFC North opponent is just Yeah, easy money there. Yeah, again, this is another game the Ravens should win, and like it's not the same way that we should have kicked the fuck out of the Colts, where like I can see things going left. It's more of a question to me of like how much do we win by, and is this the easy game that it should be on paper, or because it's an AFC North opponent that's familiar with us, that's got a shit ton of tape on a lot of our players, like do they make it a closer game than it should be? That's really where my worry for this game lies. Is it an AFC North slugfest that we're going to win, by 3 points, it's going to be a late field goal by Tucker, or in reality, we should win by 14 plus with, no issues at all. Should be another no sweat Sunday for us, I would hope.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Trippy. So I like your over 20.5 Ravens total. I like your Ravens first half -2.5. I parlayed that with Ravens alternate spread -10.5. So that's a plus 275 parlay. So I'm placing that now.
That's again, that's free money. I would take Will up on that one. That's another one that
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell that one too. I like that Ravens -10.5.
Yeah,
I was tempted to go 11.5, but I think a 10-point win is and this is me sort of hedging my 14-point my 14 plus. So
I think we need to get Fields to get us a template that we can then put in our Zone 32 locks and have us tweet them out before.
All right, he's working on a bunch of stuff for us, so I'll talk to him about that.
Shout out the Fields, man. Shout out
the Trippy shirts came out great. The one that I bought is
they fire.
I got that shipment. I got that shipment today. So I was wearing my Hello shirt last week. I'll be wearing my 60-minute shirt this week.
Yeah,
I mean it's definitely gonna be 60 minutes Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah, I might have to rock the Tony Soprano tracksuit.
I gotta find a way to get my man Mike a shirt. Like I'm thinking the next home game, I told Phil, I gotta get my man Mike a shirt. Maybe give it to him before the game and after the victory. Like we gotta get my man Mike sporting the shirt. Gotta get a couple pictures or something,
Michigan legend Mike McDonald definitely needs to be in on the shirt. I agree.
Yeah, my man Mike.
Yeah, and once the other stuff he's working on, I got to send Zach some shirts too. So taking care of that. I know Zach's listening. All right, do we want to get into score predictions and jersey predictions because we're actually before the jerseys this week?
Yeah.
Grant, I would like to start with you so that if I like what you say, then I can kind of copy you. But if I hate what you say, then I can make fun of it and then make my own picks.
I mean, so I was gonna say as far as this game goes, like I can't remember the last time that I'd ever went really confident into a Steelers game. Was like, I feel really good about this. So I don't know if that like makes me happy or it worries me. So it's one of those things where I've seen Charlie Batch walk into the bank and fucking just go nuclear on us. So I mean,
there could be any given Sunday. Any
given Sunday, and it's really any given Sunday when it's Steelers Ravens. And Kenny Pickett, he's a turd, but he's also the type of guy that could come in and they just run all hooks on us the whole game and they just underneath the shit out of us. But, the way Mike McDonald's been calling games, I mean, he's that defense is fucking rocking no matter who's in there. Like we've had all this personnel change. We've had people hurt. We're signing guys off the street. Like he's making it work and he's putting people in the right situations and we're still doing 4-man pressures and we're getting back there, which we haven't really done the past few years is getting on 4-man pressures.
Clowney effect.
All in all, the game, I think we're going to go our black jersey, purple pants. I think that's going to be on the road.
He regrets his pick already.
I do because I was thinking.
You're saying it was a home game. That's fine.
We might go. This might be the purple pants though. We might go white on purple.
That's my pick.
But that was my pick too. God damn, I was telling you.
I mean, I was thinking black on purple.
Okay, let's just be serious here. That's everyone's pick, right? White
jersey,
purple
pants.
This is the week. No question. No question. This is the week to debut that look.
And I already guaranteed we were going to wear it. I already guarantee you that we're going to wear it next week in London too.
Yeah, so we're all white purple then across the board. All right, so we can just knock the jersey predictions off.
Scores. I mean, I think it really depends on who comes back this week offensively. Justice Hill is going to be back, right? So
he played. Yeah, I mean, he played last week and didn't get hurt again. So.
Yeah. Justice Hill's back. Odell, we're not sure about, but he could be back. I don't know. I think this could be the 30-point game. I think this could be the game we score 30. Everybody was, we talked about last week about how we hadn't scored 30 since, what was it, like 16,
Miami.
18
Yeah, it was
games.
Miami.
Well, and the Steelers, they have some dangerous players. They have TJ Watt and they have Minka Fitzpatrick, but they give up a lot of points. They've given up over 100 points.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to be like week 1 and what was it, 2011, 2012 when we
went off 30, was it 34-7 or some shit?
Yeah.
Or 35-7.
But no, I think it's going to be like, I would say 30-24 or 37. I'll go 30-17. I'm going to open it up.
All right. So I'm going to go 34-10 is my pick there. I agree with Grant. I think this is the week that we crack 30. And I just think this is the week that everything works out. Again, white, purple. If this is an ugly game and we have some turnovers and make some dumb mistakes, I still think we're going to be in the high 20s point-wise. And it's really, do the Steelers capitalize on turnover something? And maybe it's like a 28-17 kind of game. But I think 34-10 is what I'm going to go with here. Trippy?
Oh, my bad. I was over here trying to think about all the games and try to compare them. Because we beat the Texans 25-9.
Yep.
Texans just beat the Steelers 30-6. I'm going to go with 37-10.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'll take that all day. I hope you're right.
I might have to make a bet to correct score too. Hey, well, we might have to do a correct score 32. Right. Yeah, we might have to do that too. I think I like that.
You know what we should do? We should wait and see if Big Dog's son has a score prediction for us, and maybe we all bet the Big Dog's son score prediction.
I'm thinking of starting to post my son's parlays. I just put the phone in front of him and let him smack it and see what it hits. So one of these is going to hit. He had a parlay last week. He put $1 on it. It would have won $119,000. Missed by a lot of legs, but one of these weeks that kid's going to put himself through college with his parlays. So
Saturday, I did a 17-leg college parlay for $36,000. I hit 15 of them.
Yeah, well, fucking Florida fucked me.
Well, no, I picked Kentucky to win, but I lost. Yeah. I picked Utah to beat Oregon State.
You had LSU on your ticket too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I was so sick.
Everybody.
USC fucked me this past week.
Lost. That was my second one. I picked the under.
Why would you do that?
74.5. And I picked the under. They scored fucking 80.
USC, they don't play defense. You picked the under, bro?
They don't play defense.
4.5.
Dude, they were up by 30 fucking points.
Yeah, but they don't play defense.
Doesn't matter.
You never take the under in a Pac-12 game. You never take the under in a Pac-12
Jake,
game.
what's your score?
Well, the last time the Ravens won by multiple scores, really any Ravens-Steelers game was decided by multiple scores. It was the RG3 game back in 2019.
Damn.
Ravens win 23-20. It is what it is. We need Ronnie Stanley back. I don't want to see Daniel Falele out there trying to block TJ Watt.
Daniel Falele will be out there for Morgan Moses, is my guess.
Yeah, he looked good on the right side. He'll be on the right side.
That's fair, but Ronnie goes back. You can shift McCary out there to right tackle.
Robbing the Ravens. Ronnie needs to play this week. I agree. Ski Mask Stanley.
Ronnie.
Rest day Ronnie, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Just play, man. I don't want to hate you. I would love to hold. Doesn't start with an R. Doesn't really work with the flow. You got to pick things that start with an S or an R. Yeah, there's a theme to my nicknames here, Jake. Let's stay on brand. We do rhyming.
Staycation Ronnie.
Yeah, that Staycation Stanley would be the name there.
Staycation Stanley would work. Yeah.
Two S's or
remember last year? I he didn't come back. I think until week 5 last year, and I said he was gonna skip the first game in October every year because it's Hocus Pocus season. So he wanted to curl up on the couch and watch Hocus Pocus.
Skipping game. That's a horrible movie. Do not promote that shit on here. Fuck off. Horrific movie.
That's just basic.
That's your favorite movie, 100%.
The amount of 40-year-old women that dress like Hocus Pocus and walk around my town is disgusting. Yeah, Will knows that. That's why he said that.
People park their brooms outside when they go into coffee shops.
Fucking people, again, public service announcement. If you're like a 40-year-old woman, don't wear a fucking witch hat in public. You look like a fucking loser. Just stop, please. Don't do it.
Unless you're gross looking, then I guess you should do that. right?
I mean, if she don't got a long chin, I think she can get away with it.
No, I'll send you pictures of some of the creatures that walk around this fucking town with witch hats on.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad.
Hey, Will,
bad.
real quick before it slipped my mind, right? Because earlier, I think last night I checked the Ravens money line. It was minus 230.
Mm-hmm.
I just checked. Why is it going down now? It's at 188.
That's just people putting money on it.
Yeah,
so a lot of
just,
people.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
People are probably putting money on the Steelers. So yeah, it'll fluctuate early because it's somebody throws a big bet one side, it'll tip things.
It's just people
kind of
buying.
evens out.
It's just people buying value, and they're probably hedging it. They're going to end up hedging it anyway later.
The people who put money in on Mondays and Tuesdays are like sharp gamblers, and so they're people who are buying odds, and they know that's when you get the best odds. And so you'll get big line shifts because you'll get big money thrown on those games.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So my score: Steelers are not going to score a touchdown. So I'm going to go 31-9. I was debating between 31-6 and 31-9. I'm going 31-9.
So we could have had two clean sweeps with scores and with jersey combos here, but I put weird shit as my background. Jake decided that it's going to be 23-20 in close game, blah blah blah. Asshole.
I'm just saying we've watched these games over the years. They're rarely not close.
Jake, Ricky Bobby 276249 on Twitter says that I'm a gross homer. So and we're all gross homers because we're on a podcast together. So let's stay on brand here and be gross homers.
Hey Jake, what was your score last week? Didn't you have like a close score last week?
I wasn't around last week.
Jake died last week.
My bad. Right.
I was dead last week. That was the week before. What?
Just want to point out.
I think it was 26-19 against the Colts. No, 27-19 against the Colts. That's what I said.
So you're flexing a victory against Colts because you had the closest margin there.
Yeah.
No, I didn't flex the victory. You asked me
19.
for my score, and that was my last score when I was last on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, just so people know, this is a much better flowing podcast because Jake's here and didn't leave me in charge. Just want people to, just for what it's worth. When Jake decides that I'm gonna lick my fingers and
you did fine last week.
Yeah, until the end where I was half in the bag and I was fucking muttering about it at the end. But
yeah. Hey, I want to point out. I don't know if listeners have noticed this, but we're doing a different song during the intro every week, and this week is a true throwback song. So I don't even know how many people are even going to recognize it. But
none of us were alive when Mozart was dropping classics, Will. So we're not going to.
Okay, here's what I'll tell you. I know for a fact Grant will know the song because Grant is not that far off from me in age. I don't know that you will, Drew and Jake.
Actually, now that we have,
it's anybody's guess with Jake because Jake knows some weird shit.
Now that we have Trippy here, I feel like I can push for the future in the NBA YoungBoy intros, and he'll back me on that. I'm not outnumbered as much.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind, a little bit of Future, Kodak Black. You know what I mean? Maybe some Chief Keef.
I'm in.
Even we got the listeners listen. Maybe we can start getting a list of them, to give us a little request.
Okay, I got an idea. So I already put in the song for this week, and I've already now teased it. But how about starting next week? What we'll do? Well, here's what we'll do right now. So we'll do it a week in advance. Right now, let's all give a pick for a song for next week. We'll put it in a poll, and I guess we can only do 4. So I'll let you 4 do it because I've been picking the songs every week. You all 4 pick a song each. We'll put it in a poll. Whichever one wins the poll, it will be the song.
Wrecking Ball, Miley Cyrus.
Okay. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's got to be the move. You have damaging information of me singing that drunkenly in a car, screaming at people. So yeah, it's a throwback classic. Actually, right, Tom P from the PSF stream would be a fan of that. So
hold on, I'm gonna DM this to the Zone 32 account.
We should probably add Trippy to the Zone 32 group chat too.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's an official member.
So just for backstory here, Trippy, Will DM'd us and we're going to add Trippy as a permanent co-host. I was just thinking that we would just make him a permanent co-host and not say anything about it because he already is. So already part of the family.
Appreciate that. Hey, I know y'all
There it
ain't gonna
is.
kick. I know y'all ain't gonna kick me out the group chat like how like some Raven fans they add me to the Twitter chat, then I turn around somebody they kick me out. Like
I would add you to the one that I'm in. I'd add you to the one that I'm in with Hassan, but like we bully him, so I don't know. Like I feel like you'd feel like you have to stand up for him.
Yeah, Trippy,
Oh,
listen to this.
what's in that
There's
spot?
there's a guy in there that I just despise. So Drew added me to this group chat, right? And I
Yeah.
got
I did
into
not. I did not.
somebody
I've been
somebody
sway
added me.
added.
Somebody added me, and then I over like a course of a few months, I kept getting into it with this guy that Drew and I were kind of ganging up on this guy. So
I mean, I do that anyway.
he blocked me, not realizing that I have access to like the Zone 32 account and I have a personal account. So so I completely destroyed their group chat because I went in there.
Yeah, they started a new one.
I know exactly. So they had to start
No
a new
longer in
group
chat.
chat. Yeah, and they won't let me in because because I destroyed the old one.
The last time we had to start a new group chat was because Hollywood Brown blocked Mo and I. So Hollywood Brown was in our group chat and would talk occasionally, and then blocked Mo and I and like nuked the whole chat. And so we had to start a new one. So then I was in charge of it for a while, and then Will nuked this one. So Will Hollywood Brown's ruining Ravens group chats.
Well, hold on. He did it to me first, but I'm just smarter than him, and I truly
that's not hard.
Locked him out forever though. But like I put his brain in a pretzel.
Yeah, I mean, I do that daily anyway, but I've been doing that to him for like 5 years. He's a good kid. Just
y'all still talk to Mo? Y'all still talk to the other Mo?
I love Mo. Yeah.
Damn, I forgot his damn name. He don't play for the Ravens.
Lamar Heisman. Lamar Heisman.
Yeah. Pro Shea Peoples.
Oh yeah, Mo. Yeah, we got to check in with him. We haven't checked in with him since.
I DM'd him and asked him when is Pro Shea going to sign with the Chiefs, and I did not get a I just got a reaction to that. I did not get a yes or no. So
I mean, he got his request though. Remember, he said, "Man, I just hope the Ravens let my man, my nephew go so he can get his opportunity." And I mean,
he's been getting looks. He's been getting looks.
I'm surprised that nobody. And this is like totally serious football take now. Like I trolled the shit out of Pro Shea for years. I'm surprised nobody has given him a look just because of injuries and shit like that. Like. That's who Pro Shea is. If you are short at wide receiver and you throw him in with nothing to lose, like why not?
Right.
I'm shocked, and my biggest fear is that somebody fucking picks him up and plays us, and he goes fucking ape shit. I would never hear the end of it.
No. All right. Hey, Trippy, what's your song pick for next week?
Dang. It's a song by Future. It's called "I'm On One."
There we go. I like it.
I like how it come on. That's a nice little,
I like it.
All right, Grant.
Will's very anti-future, for the record.
Is Grant there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see like a hat, but I can't. Like, what's going on back there?
Grant's got his Christmas tree up again, so he's trying to hide from us.
I almost left it up just for y'all the whole year. I was like, it's fucking.
Grant's gonna pick like a Jelly Roll song.
No, I'm thinking about going Ace Hood Amnesia.
Ace Hood only has a career because of Future. Just want to point that out.
I have honestly never heard of this person in my entire life.
You never heard of Ace Hood?
Nope.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Will's like 48 years old.
That's all Hustle Hard from back in 2011.
I'm not trying to be funny. I've never heard of Ace Hood in my life.
But I know you probably ain't never heard him, but I know you heard the song "I'm So Hood." Hey, hold up, he's on
not ringing
DJ Khaled. You know who DJ Khaled is?
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah, that was on a DJ Khaled album. It was.
Well, I mean, I don't listen to his albums. I just I know his songs.
Why not? You played yourself. You played yourself.
I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. So, Jake.
That's a DJ Khaled.
Maintained by Eric Thurman.
Okay.
Yeah, don't vote for that.
If you remember that scene from Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, it's the scene where Bloke Dog's making the cake.
Maintained.
It looks like he's
you said?
Maintained by Eric Thurman.
Okay. All right. So
we actually mentioned an Al Pacino movie earlier in the podcast, Any Given Sunday. Trippy, have you seen The Godfather?
No,
Oh God.
Yeah, you know why? Because Trippy doesn't watch fucking movies that were made when Jesus was walking the earth.
Yeah, I mean,
you were born when Jesus was walking.
I don't know. I ain't really into shit like that. I mean, I am, but I feel like I'll watch like 20 minutes of that shit and I'll be asleep.
That's right. Exactly.
Unbelievable. Ugh. All right.
Hey, there's no counter for
Trippy and I.
It is what it is.
I'm going to come to Baltimore. Trippy and I are going to watch The Godfather, and we're going to watch a game. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
It's classic.
Hey, Grant,
it's about the length of a football game.
You missed it. You missed it during the live stream, but we're gonna see if we can make this happen. That we do on like an away game. Maybe Drew comes down here and we do a live stream, but like all of us in one place.
I can do that, but it's probably going to have to be after like mid-November, late November.
That's probably when it would be. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Who said you were invited, dickhead? We're just talking about what was going on.
Mid-Gardner.
Probably gotta be like one of them flex games, one of them 4 o'clock games.
Well, I mean, Grant is, Grant might go get like a sandwich with some homeless guy on a bench and not show up to the stream. So I don't know.
I just didn't want to see you in those fucking pants.
That's fair. Oh, I've been getting fucking killed for those pants elsewhere. We probably have Minifan listeners now because they're like generally aware of my existence. But yeah, I've been getting fucking murdered by those people. Oh, I also met Visionless Dave. I feel like I should shout him out. Solid guy. Visionless Dave and I got lunch on Monday.
Dave's my guy, man.
Yeah, we had a long conversation about you, Grant.
Good.
You know what's actually funny? So you know, Visionless Dave is the keeper of the you know ball, you don't know ball list. So I got moved to the you don't know ball list because I was aggressively bad-mouthing George Pickens. Then I was browsing who's on that list, and Trippy's on the list. Trippy's on the you don't know ball list.
So I'm going to send a text message right after we get off this. Then he's got to move Trippy.
Well, if he moves Trippy, he's got to move me too. I got put on there because of the same opinion that you have.
So I actually said that Visionless Dave should not be in charge of the you don't know ball list anymore. Because on a large podcast, he asked if Tim Wakefield and Kurt Schilling were teammates at some point. And then he said, he said, baseball is not a sport. And I said that it's a you don't know ball list, and ball is in the name of baseball. So
meanwhile, he's a fucking soccer fan.
Wow.
Yeah, but there's a ball involved in soccer. Again,
there's a ball. It's not in the name of the sport, though. So that was your point, right?
That's true.
Yeah, true. Good point. I should probably point that out to him.
Now he'll say, "Oh, it's called football," but then he would be really putting himself in a pickle.
Why they just don't call it soccer ball? Baseball, football, soccer ball.
Yeah,
that's good. Right. That right there is going to be the promo clip. It's just going to be Trippy saying, "Why don't they call it soccer ball?"
It's a valid point.
Not wrong.
That's not wrong.
You're not wrong.
See, the thing with Trippy is that he has just. They're perfect. They're the right take. Why is it not called soccer ball? It's questions nobody's asking that we need to know.
That's perfect. I mean,
just that's how normal people think, and nobody verbalizes it the way Trippy does. Yeah.
That's right. Anywho, that's gonna do it for this week. We'll be back next week to discuss the London game, this, that, and the other. But meanwhile, it's time for me to die.
See ya.
No. So, Grant,
we got like a quarter of a death.
We got a quarter of a death and a perfect see ya from Grant. So you fucking assholes, whatever you're doing, like fucking you coordinate. They don't fucking work.
Zone 32.